Hello, I'm Barb Glee, and I'm running for mayor. I want to continue to serve the people of Innisfil and make our great community better. I have political experience, leadership skills, and commitment to the town. I believe I have the necessary traits for mayor. I was first elected as Ward 1 councillor, then 3 terms as deputy mayor and mayor in 2010. During that time, I'm proud to say I focused on tightening operations at Town Hall, encouraging public participation in new and interesting ways. We also built accountability for council with a code of conduct. The most important role as mayor, I believe, is to ensure that tax dollars are spent efficiently and effectively. When I am re-elected, I want to get back to basics, to focus on providing core services to the residents of the town of Innisfil so we can get our expenditures under control again. I will give you more opportunities to meet me. Coffee with the mayor. I will be available by email, telephone, Facebook, Twitter, but also in person, and I'll meet you where and when it's convenient for you. As mayor, I saw the need for more community spirit, and some of my accomplishments included the Farmers Market, Family Fun Day, the Cookstown Splash Pad, the first Innisfil off-leash dog park. I also started the Mayor's Gala to fund the Spirit of the Community grant program for local organizations. I also created the health committee that was responsible to spearhead the health hub, which is currently under construction as we speak. We have some big issues here in Innisfil, and we have to deal with them. I believe I have the skill necessary to implement solutions. I've heard your concerns about Innisfil Beach Park, about how it's being used, parking and access, etc. I'm concerned about these things too. The park is a great asset and it needs to be respected. One of the first things I'll do as mayor is create a focus group, including residents, to talk about the park and possible solutions. Is it time to go back to having a gatekeeper? Should we have a green P-style parking system in the area? Would a new fee system work? As your mayor, I promise to be a strong leader. I will listen to you and implement solutions to improve everyone's experience at Innisfil Beach Park. Innisfil continues to grow, and we need to ensure that as it gets bigger, it gets better. I have volunteered across the community, and I ask you to check out my social media to look that up. I'm also a proud Rotarian and past president of the Rotary Club of Innisfil. I'm excited about the possibilities, and I ask for your vote to vote me in mayor.
Hello, I'm Stan Dorio, councillor for Alcona Ward 4. This time I'm running to be your mayor. I completed 6 terms on Markham and York Region Council before moving to Innisfil. As finance chair in my first term in Markham Council, I took us from the brink of receivership to a tax freeze that continued for 15 consecutive years. In my first term on Innisfil Council, I distributed a spring and fall newsletter door to door with the help of 40 volunteers, just to tell residents what I was doing and what the town was doing. I stopped a plan to sell half our hydro utility at bargain basement prices, and I was able to gather council support to stop the servicing of the 400 lands, for which we were going to spend $70 million without a business plan and without a single committed developer who would repay these costs. But that's in the past. Where do we go from here? I want to take this town in a different direction, one in which residents decide priorities, where residents and the press are informed before we make decisions. On finances, I would partner our underperforming hydro utility and save you an average of $200 annually. Barrie has already received $70 million in cash benefits from the program that I want to introduce. These revenue sources that we can find will freeze taxes for some time to come and build our reserves to minimum levels very quickly. Come with me in this new direction, a direction shared by candidates in many of our wards. Help me and help us make the changes you've been asking for the past 2 decades. I'm Stan Dorio, candidate for mayor, and I care, and I can move us into this new path. Thank you.
Hello, Innisfil. It's Lynn Dolan, and I'm a candidate for mayor in the upcoming municipal elections. I want to just take a moment and thank Rogers for allowing all of us this opportunity to share our messages and tell you a little about myself. I've served on council for over 23 years, first as the councillor for Ward 7 while I owned and operated a small business in the community. In 2014, I was elected deputy mayor. Beyond my duties as deputy, I chair a provincial-wide working group that aims to protect our sources of drinking water. And most recently, I finished a 2-year term as the president of the Association of Municipalities of Ontario. What an experience it was, and such an honor to be chosen province-wide to represent over 400 municipalities in Ontario to ensure that the needs of our local government were recognized by the provincial and federal levels. In the past 4-year term, Innisfil has had many successes, including opening the addition on our award-winning library. We launched our on-demand transit system, which has got international recognition. We opened a walk-in clinic at Town Hall temporarily while we build our state-of-the-art health and wellness center. We launched a mobile youth trailer, which travels around the community and offers our kids fun activities of all ages. And Council has fundraised hundreds of thousands of dollars, which we pour back into the community through our grant program. As your mayor, I would work to increase the efficiency and cost effectiveness of all the services we provide, create opportunities for employment, and make Innisfil a place where entrepreneurs flourish. Pay attention to the little things, measure response times, fix systemic issues that residents tell us about each day by using local ideas to find solutions. Stay in touch to ensure that the community's expectations are being met and to make sure no part of Innisfil feels left behind. My 2 children were born and raised in Innisfil. I am proud of how far we have come and excited about our future. As your mayor, you can count on my long-term dedication and commitment to our town. My website is lyndolan.com. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I would appreciate your support. Thanks for listening.
My name is Dan Davidson. I've been a resident of Innisfil for over 37 years. I've run a business in Innisfil for over 34 years. I previously was on council as a councillor, which was a huge learning curve, and I do recommend anyone that's entering council that you should probably enter at a lower level to learn what's expected of you, how it's expected of you, and what you're in for. This job demands a lot of time and a lot of expertise. As deputy mayor, I'll also be on county council, and again, we deal with about 400,000 people in that particular direction. My policy that I'm putting forward is to hold the line on taxes. I'm not a tax and spend kind of politician. We need to manage our growth in Innisfil, not bring it to a stop, but manage it that we are doing what the people want. We're not just having urban sprawl take over our agricultural land. I also believe in investing in infrastructure with money that's in the bank, not money borrowed. I think we have to carefully look where we're expanding and how we're expanding. The gridlock in some parts of Innisfil is becoming a lot to handle, especially Alcona. When you're entering from Innisfil Beach Road and you basically are bottlenecked when you get here, we need to get onto the county to get Innisfil Beach Road widened to its proper specifications. I also look at sustainability. What we have is something we've got to look how we're going to manage it, not let it get out of control. Our parks are a big concern, not just Innisfil Beach Park, but parks throughout the municipality. Sustainability also with policing, sustainability with fire. Those are 2 things we have to really concern ourselves with. Community safety in Innisfil is a priority as we grow, and I'll be looking at that. And I'm also asking for an outside audit to be done of the books to see where we are going with the municipality financially. Thank you for your time.
Hi, my name is Stephen Fishman, and I'm running to be the next deputy mayor of Innisfil. Innisfil is a great place to live, work, and play. I consider Innisfil a hidden gem in Simcoe County. I believe in giving credit where credit is due, and the town's Uber program has been a great success. And thanks to both council and staff for developing such a successful program. For our town to thrive, we need to change the way we do business. And like many local governments, Innisfil has its share of problems. We have the highest property taxes and hydro rates in Simcoe County. During the long weekends over the summer, our beach park area is a disaster. Our roads are in need of $7 million plus in repairs, and most recently, we found out that our sewer waste facility will be at operating capacity by 2023, unless close to $87 million is spent on expanding our facility. If elected, I will ask for a complete operational audit of all town services to see where savings can be achieved. To be open and transparent, I will be holding 2 town hall meetings a year so residents can ask the hard questions. And hopefully, if elected, I will get other members of council to join me at these town hall meetings. I will also seek to have both members of council and senior town staff expenses posted quarterly on the town's website for all residents to see. Our residents deserve a council that will work for you, the taxpayer, and use your tax dollars effectively. It will take strong leadership and out-of-the-box thinking to resolve these issues, and many more that the next council will face. I have the experience, leadership, and ideas that can solve most of the problems facing our town. I want what's best for all residents. I encourage you to visit my website at www.votefishman.com to learn more about my ideas on moving Innisfil forward. You can also find me on social media at facebook.com/votefishman, on Twitter at Steve4 Deputy MA1, or give me a call at 647-299-4146, or email me at Steve4 Deputy Mayor @gmail.com. Change is coming, and together we can bring about the change to move our town forward. On October 22nd, I ask that you vote for me, Stephen Fishman, as your next deputy mayor. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Angela Gravel, and I'm running for deputy mayor here in the town of Innisfil. I look forward to making a difference and serving the residents and businesses of our community. So together, we can make Innisfil a better place to live, work, play, and raise a family. I actually have over 30 years experience working in the public and private sectors, but most of my time has been spent in municipal government. Please visit my website page at angie4deputy.com to find out a little bit more information about me as well as my platform. If elected, I'll be coming to the table to represent the interest of the entire community, not just any one specific ward and not just any one specific development. I promise I'll be coming, open-minded and unbiased. And in addition to working with the ward councilors that you're going to elect this fall, I have 4 very specific initiatives that I'm going to be seeking to advance with my new council. First, I want to ensure that we are truly accountable for the taxes that we collect and for the services that we're delivering. I'm committed to you to pursuing a full service delivery review so that we can ensure that we're delivering the most effective and efficient services at the most economical cost for our residents and businesses. Second, I believe that the employment lands along the Highway 400 are the future economic engine of our community. Failure to service those lands are not an option at this point in time. We need to attract good employment, we need good paying jobs, and we need to expand our tax base. It can't be a burden left on the shoulders of our taxpayers. Third, this town is growing at rapid speed, and I want to make sure that we're building the type of community that is connected with sufficient sidewalks, with safe bike lanes and roadways. We want our community to meet all of our needs through smarter designs and more practical infrastructure investment, no question about it. And fourth, I want to see more comprehensive business cases presented to council with greater depth and research. I want longer lead times for more meaningful community discussions and engagement, and so that we can advance together a resident and business focused priority agenda. If you vote for me as your next deputy mayor, I promise I'm going to be working really hard for you and in the interest of this entire community. I'll make your priorities my priorities. So from October the 12th to the 22nd, please remember to go out and vote, and please remember to vote for me as your next deputy mayor. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Henry Koistra. I'm running for Deputy Mayor of Innisfil to deliver steady, sensible leadership to move our town forward. I'm a local businessman, father and grandfather. I grew up in the Holland Marsh and spent the summers at my grandparents' farm in Innisfil. I've lived and worked my entire adult life in our area, either at our old home on the 12th line, where with my wife Loretta and we raised our 2 children, or at my current home in Alcona. I've always been a self-employed guy, whether as a farmer, which transitioned into the fruit and vegetable wholesale business, or in my current job as a real estate sales representative. I was raised to give back to the community. I served on the management board for the Bradford District Memorial Arena to ensure it had solid financial footing, and was a longtime hockey coach. I'm a member of St. John's Presbyterian Church and help steward the budget as a member of the Board of Managers. I'm a current member of the Nanthire Beach Association Board. I first started attending Innisfil Council meetings 3 years ago when the current council tried to sell InPower to Western-based EPCOR, and then trying to push through spending huge dollars on the 400 employment lands without a solid plan, and have attended ever since as a concerned citizen and taxpayer. My campaign is about ensuring our next council has the steady, sensible leadership we will need to grow in a sensible, responsible way, so that we deliver value for money and keep our taxes as low as possible, while still investing in the amenities our citizens expect and deserve. The revenue isn't the problem in Innisfil, how it is spent is. In particular, we need to invest in repairs to our roads and address regional traffic problems, and work with the county and province to deliver the new GROW Transit Station, the 400-404 link, and a Cookstown Ring Road. We need sensible solutions for community issues like Innisfil Beach Park, transit, future residential development, in-services, in particular InPower, and the 400 employment lands, all while delivering prudent fiscal management. I know I can earn your support. On October 22nd, vote Henry Koistra for Deputy Mayor of Innisfil. Thank you.
Hello, fellow Ward 1 residents. My name is Kevin Ices, and I'm running to be your town councillor in this fall's municipal election. Ward 1 in Innisfil has been home for me my whole life. My profession is a farmer, and I work on the farm that my grandfather purchased way back in 1961. I've seen many changes in the town. I've seen it grow. I've seen many new neighbors, choose Innisfil to be their home. And with that, I thought it time for me to give back to the community. As your counselor, your concerns will be my concerns. As a farmer, I can plant a crop, I can plant a seed, I can nurture it, I can watch it grow. I feel that in many ways Innisfil is the same way. It's a growing, it's a vibrant community. And with the right management, we can make it even better. I would love your support to be your representative on town council. I feel I bring the qualities that are needed to make difficult decisions, to address the challenges that we have, but also to celebrate what a great place Innisfil is. So come this fall election, I hope you will vote for me, Kevin Ices, for Ward 1 Councillor. I was born here, I live here, I work here. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Linden Ella, and I am a candidate for Ward 1 Town Councillor in Innisfil. I am married, a mother of 4, a realtor, and a travel agent. My political experience began in 1997 when I was elected as a Catholic School Board trustee with the Dufferin Peel Catholic District School Board, where I served for 17 years. My commitment to my constituents afforded me the opportunity to be re-elected for 4 terms. The residents of Innisfil expect accountability, accessibility, and transparency, and I will provide this. Innisfil pays the highest hydro rates in Simcoe County, and if I am elected, I will do everything possible to lower these rates. As well, I will investigate ways to lower the exorbitant water rates that we are paying in Innisfil. Innisfil is rapidly growing, and the roads have not kept up with the growth. Again, if I'm elected, I will work diligently to make sure the necessary work gets done. Safety has become an important issue in the community. Speeding has increased a lot, and a lot of our children are experiencing difficulty to and from school. If I'm elected, I will work with my colleagues to find viable solutions to fix the safety situation. I did sit on a safety council for 16 years, so I think I have a lot of information that I can bring to the table there. Ward 1 is a huge community made up of a lot of rural properties and a lot of little hamlets and villages, and they should not be forgotten. So I will connect with my rural community to make sure that their concerns and their issues are brought to the table and dealt with. Another issue that's facing the residents of Innisfil is the beach problems, and I will work with my colleagues to find ways that we can make the beach a fun and safe place for everyone. So there are a lot of changes coming to Innisfil. Innisfil is changing, and I would love to be a part of that change. So on October 22nd, vote for the face of change in Innisfil and elect Linden Ella, Ward 1 Councillor. Thank you.
I'm Philto, and I'm pleased to introduce myself as your Ward 3 candidate in the upcoming municipal elections right here in Innisfil. I am a mom, a wife, and a local nonprofit worker. I'm also a proud parent and community advocate. With over 10 years of experience in community outreach, fundraising, and communications, I look forward to bringing both my experiences and my expertise to the table and work hard to represent the residents of Ward 3. I also look forward to representing the demographics of our town on council. As your councillor, I will advocate for better traffic safety, especially in school zones, for better planning for our beaches, parks, and green spaces. I would like to increase communication between town and its residents, as well as increase in youth facilities, such as a permanent youth center. As your counselor, I promise to always be available and reliable. Residents will have the opportunity to reach out to me in person, via email, via phone, or on social media. It's very important for me that residents feel comfortable to reach out with their feedback and their concerns. This October, vote for Tara, because your voice matters.
Hello, my name is Donna Orsatti, and it has been my honor and privilege to represent the residents of Ward 3 for the past 4 years. I have met with many of you, listened to your ideas and your concerns, and worked with town staff on your behalf. And once again, I'm asking for your support to re-elect me as your choice for Councillor for Ward 3. We have many challenges facing us in this upcoming election, from road improvements that impact your daily commute, to infrastructure and employment opportunities to bring jobs to Innisfil, and the legalization of cannabis and how it will impact our community. With your input, we can continue to build upon the improvements that we have made at Innisfil Beach Park. We know it's not right, but if we work with you, we can build it to make it the right mix to meet the needs of residents first. Let's continue to work together to build the town and the community that we all want to live in, a healthy, active Innisfil 10 to 20 years down the road. I am available to meet with you and represent you on a full-time basis. I will continue to listen to your ideas, the challenges facing you, and I am always available to meet with you in person, talk over the phone, and also by internet to keep the communication going. Let's stay connected. I look forward to meeting you once again as I knock on your door during the election campaign. And again, I will listen to the concerns that you have and the priorities that you place on them, not just during the election campaign, but long afterwards. I encourage you to visit my website, donnaorsatti.com, look at my platform, share your ideas. As a resident of Innisfil for the past 26 years, I believe in giving back. I care. Your vote is important this election. I'm asking you to re-elect me, Donna Orsatti, as your choice for Councillor for Ward 3. Thank you.
My name is Mathew Kenny. I'm running for Ward 4 Council here in Innisfil. I know in Innisfil I've been here for quite some time, been here 12 to 13 years now. I'm a full-time firefighter. I know there's a number of pressing matters that we have here in the town of Innisfil, especially in Ward 4. One of them recently with the closure of the Goodfellow Public School parking lot, causing a lot of problems in regards to the crosswalks and in regards to the parking issues. Something does need to be dealt with that. I know we have a lot of problems in regards to Innisfil Beach Park and the parking and the closing of the streets. Something needs to be done there as well too. A lot of residents aren't happy in regards to the boat launch situation, and a lot of people want to see a boat launch for residents only. That's something that has to be addressed. I know our roads are becoming a problem, especially the 9th line and several other roads in our wards. The roads themselves, we have to develop a different maintenance plan in regards to how we're going to maintain these roads and something that we're going to end up doing for these roads. In Innisfil itself, we do have one pet-friendly park. It's a dog park. We're going to have to look at making Innisfil a more pet-friendly community, possibly having another park somewhere, maybe by Innisfil Beach Park. We have to look at Innisfil Beach Park in regards to getting it a little bit more involved for kids. I'd like to see possibly a ball hockey rink installed there in Innisfil. That in the summertime, the kids can enjoy the ball hockey. Moving forth from there, in the winter time, we can convert that into an outdoor ice rink. We used to have an outdoor ice rink, and our outdoor ice rink was shut down. We now don't have one here in Innisfil. I know that we do have to look at the flooding situations and some of the problems that we do have in Ward 4. That's another problem that Council has been working on that we have to carry forth and do addressed. But I'm looking for everyone's support, and I'm looking forward to campaign day, and can't wait for your support. Thank you very much.
Hello, my fellow residents of Innisfil and Innisfil residents of Ward 4. My name is Bill McConnell. I am running for Town Council, Ward 4, Innisfil. I'm a 50-year-old married man. My wife's name is Sue, my lovely wife. We have 2 lovely children, Adam and Robert McConnell, aged 25 and 24. I am a retired Toronto police officer. I did 30 years with the Toronto Police. I retired approximately a year and, say, 3/4 ago. I've lived in Innisfil for 21 years. I've been a resident of Ward 4 for 14 years. Most of the issues and the problems I am very well aware of. I have lived through these problems with my fellow residents. Innisfil Beach Park, hot potato. Everybody understands the problems there. I believe we're trying to reinvent the wheel. Enforcement is the key to Innisfil Beach Park. We have to have the proper supervision, the proper leadership, so when we hire these students in the summer to go along with the full-time bylaw officers, they have the backing, the confidence, etc., to get the job done. I constantly watch people get warned, don't barbecue anymore, don't park there anymore. Enforcement. And also in the park, what else can we do to make that park more beneficial financially? I think there's a lot we can do. Why don't we have a bandstand? Bring in different activities on the weekends and charge for these things. Infrastructure. We need to make a bigger sewer pipe out to Yonge Street to bring in jobs. The big companies will come, and that will afford people of Innisfil, husbands and wives, that live and work in Innisfil, be together with their children, not on the highways for 2 hours at a time, spend more time at the park, and spend their money in Innisfil. In closing, I would like to thank all candidates who have applied for any position with the Town Council for coming forward, putting themselves out there, and wanting to make Innisfil a better place. My name is Bill McConnell. I'm running for Councillor, Ward 4, and I would be honored to have your vote, and please exercise that right to vote no matter who you vote for. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kristin Pitcher, and I'm running for council in Ward 4 here in Innisfil. For those that do not know me, I grew up in Alcona. I attended Goodfellow Public School and played in many forests that are now subdivisions. After 15 years of working at Queen's Park, I now return to my childhood home to raise my family. And unfortunately, I now see some of the same problems that I saw when I left. When I ran in 2014, 3 of my biggest priorities were improving children's safety, making the Innisfil Beach Park better for residents, and increasing accountability in town staff. Sadly, these issues continue today, and they remain the 3 major parts of my platform. I'm running to make your life easier, to be your voice. We need to seriously address children's safety, which means traffic calming measures in school zones, crosswalks so that children can cross busy roads safely, and actual sidewalks where you don't have to share the road with dangerous traffic. We need to protect our future. We need to protect our children. I want to be the voice that brings that to measure. In 2015, I led a rally at Innisfil Beach Park to make our experience better there. Sure, there were some changes like premium parking, but there's still so much work to be done on that. We can do better. I'd like to see basketball courts with actual parking spots. I'd like to see an outdoor permanent ice rink. where we can go skating in the winter. Furthermore, we need to take a hard look at how the park operates during the peak season in the summer. We have a wonderful tourist attraction, yet we seem to mismanage this year after year. We need to be doing a better job. I also want to address how town staff and council operate. We need more accountability and transparency. We need to stream meetings online where you can see who is working for your best interests and have voting records available at your fingertips. Currently, this is not available. Try looking for a voting record. It's difficult. Contracts like Uber need to go out to public tender to get the best contract in a fair and open system, not just what Uber offers. We need to fix InPower. Currently, there are too many duplicated jobs between the town and InPower. There's savings to be had there, let alone. And I want to pass those savings on to you, the taxpayer. Come election day, I ask you to vote for someone that can speak up and get results. I want to be your voice. With 15 years of experience at Queen's Park, I believe I can deliver that. My name is Kristin Pitcher. Come election day, I encourage you to vote for me. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. My name is Innisfil, and I am proud mom for 3 happy kids and hardworking husband. I live in this beautiful town of Innisfil past few years, and I would like to see it thrive. I am running for Ward 4 and will work hard for the people of Innisfil to succeed on their own town. This is campaign about community by members, real people, and working together to make Innisfil better. I am only woman candidate in my ward, and I strongly believe that more women will bring positive changes and everyday routine of Innisfil residents. There are few things about I am planning to work and improve them. Enforce clean beaches and develop new trails for the residents. Kids development through affordable after-school program. And please remember, town of Innisfil government serves the public best when community members engage in the process. The power to make change is in the hands of people. Thank you, and good luck for everybody.
Hello, my name is Alex Waters, and I'm running for Ward 4 Councillor in the town of Innisfil. I have lived in Innisfil for over 30 years. I started 30 years ago in 1988, built a house for my future family. My wife and Sylvia and I have raised 2 wonderful kids, Danielle and Michael. They've gone to school in Innisfil. During that time, I've had an opportunity to sit on council at our local school. I've been a Little League coach for my kids' soccer teams. So I participate a lot in community activities, which has allowed me to get a good feel in terms of the social fabric of Innisfil. My career has been as a manager of education at the Courtright Centre for Conservation, the largest environmental education centre in Canada, where my expertise is in urban development, green buildings, energy-efficient homes, sustainability. Our last house we just built in Innisfil is one of the most energy-efficient homes in Canada, and it's so energy-efficient it doesn't even require a furnace. I want to be able to take that experience and apply it to Ward 4. Ward 4 is at a crossroads right now. We're having a lot of development up towards the 9th line, and I want to see that properly developed. We get a lot of flooding due to creeks in the town of Innisfil down towards the lake. I want to make sure that's properly managed over time. I would love to see a greenway from the 20th side road all the way down to the lake, using that existing green structure and working with developers to make sure that happens. So no longer do we have to walk along the 8th line to get down to the beach. We can walk through a nice green space all the way down there. So that's one of the issues. I want to reduce flooding and bring some green space to Ward 4. But we also have a lot of issues around smart growth and development. I want to maintain that small town feel along our main drag in Innisfil. I don't want to have a maple view. I don't want to have a bay feel. I want to have a nice community feel to it. There are a lot of other issues around InPower, OPP. I want to represent you on council. Over the next 30 days, I'm going to be walking around and be talking to every one of you. I hope when I knock on your door, you'll answer and you'll give me the opportunity to explain where I stand on these issues. But most of all, I want to hear where you stand on these issues, and I want to represent you at Innisfil Council. So on October 22nd, please elect me, Alex Waters, as your councillor for Ward 4. Thank you.
Greetings, my fellow residents of Innisfil. My name is Kenneth Fowler, and I am looking to represent the people of Ward 5 in the upcoming election and beyond. In a time where our town grows so significantly, proper planning and management is essential to the sustainability we all need to keep our town prosperous. I have listened and heard your voices as I spoke with you, read your concerns, and in some cases, the outrage at the lack of power you feel. I have lived in Innisfil for most of my life and know firsthand that we may not be a people with deep pockets, yet we are a people who dig deep into our pockets. When one of our own calls out, I have seen my city rise to the occasion. Snowstorms, house fires, injury, or more, name it, and we look within instead of asking for others to assist us. Therefore, a ward councillor must be present at all times. Yes, the job may be part-time, but the commitment is full-time. One cannot address issues while mostly absent from our town. I have shown such commitment in the past by many means. I have assisted our youth with mental health, chaired school councils, and supported local charities with my own hands. I genuinely believe if I ask you to walk a path, I walk it with you. My efforts to better our town have long preceded the election that now draws closer. I will not insult you with empty campaign promises of perfect solutions for our city. I will, however, use every resource we have to make it clear as to what can be achieved and why. When concerns are discussed in your homes and households, conjecture will take a back seat to fact. The facts are as such. In-power needs to be looked at. Merging with Electra may save us the money we need. The fact that $4 million would end up in our town coffers, directed to our youth and families, dictates that it should be looked at as one of the viable solutions on the table. The beaches. With lack of presence on our beaches, many people from beyond our borders come and do as they desire. We are bombarded with attitude and left with the refuse and no care for the damage they inflict on our wake. Taxes. We pay one of the highest tax rates in Ontario. We need to ease this burden on your shoulders. I, like you, rise before dawn to provide and many times return after the sun is set. We need to freeze rates so that instead of going into repeated surveys, it goes where it belongs, to your families. I view the council seat as a privilege, not a position to be bought. I will work with you as it's your votes that put me there. I will push hard to make your voices heard and your rights known. As I've stated before, Innisfil is my town. It is my home. It is where I choose to raise my family. I'm Kenneth Fowler, and I thank you for your time.
Hello, my name is Jeff Rice, and I'm running for election Ward 5 Councillor. We have approximately 1,200 homes. Election date is October 22nd. I have two great daughters, and I've been a resident of this town for decades. I'm a listener and a problem solver. For me, I grew up in Innisfil, working as a teen. Our family built Sandy Cove Acres in 1969 and provided great Innisfil tax base, which we still see today. That's what Innisfil needs. I meet people canvassing who worked at Sandy Cove years ago. I grew up with a business mind, not to waste money, and that's what I'll take to Town Hall. I presently manage some buildings here in town. Issues like our local police, we know them, we can talk about them, we want them. So if there's any issues about costs or any ideas of moving, I'd rather talk and let's keep them local. Let's work with our planned growth, the retail, affordable housing, seniors, cottage, subdivision, whatever. We are Innisfil, not Barrie. And of course, most importantly, our kids' safety, whether it's the busing issues at Goodfellow School, let's work with the residents so they know that we're all working together to both keep kids safe and not inflicting on their property. The town is expanding, and our Innisfil residents need to have the services that they need. I'll be listening to you in Ward 5. I do listen. Growth with services to enhance our young and long-term residents. InnisfilFirst.com is our website. It's residents first, it's transparency, it's ease of access to town, it's getting back to residents on the first or second day, and making sure our parks and our playgrounds are safe and have first access to our local residents, whether it's ramps or parking, etc. I want to thank Rogers TV for this time to introduce myself to Ward 5. Please vote for me. It's InnisfilFirst.com. I want this town to be even better than we have right now. And as I drive north on Highway 400, turn off, and take the Innisfil ramp approaching our home, Innisfil, I feel a positive and satisfied feeling being a resident of Innisfil. Thank you, and vote Jeff Rice, Ward 5, October 22nd.
Hello, I'm Councillor Carolyn Payne, and I'm the current councillor for Ward 6 in Innisfil. Now, as I move forward, this is the time for me to put all the information that I have learned over the last 4 years into making the best decisions for you, the residents, and creating an even better innovative Innisfil. It has been an exciting time for all Innisfil residents, and we should all be proud of the fact that we as a town have been able to celebrate the successes of our Uber Awards for Innovation, as well as many other major accomplishments, including our renowned Idea Lab and Library, our Youth Mobile Unit, that travels to the schools to assist students who need assistance with whatever problems that cross their paths. And the newest project that we're working on right now is the Rosardo Health Hub being built on the town campus. When I started my first term, my plan was to be there for the residents when they had problems. The issues that they mostly had were roads, dust from the construction sites, snow plowing, terrible conditions of neighboring yards, policing, hydro costs, and the list goes on. Some of the most interesting experience that I've had were going to annual conferences where they continually learn forums and speaking with other councillors from various cities and towns, hearing what issues they have and how they have dealt with, and by exchanging information, finding ways to deal with our issues at home. I found that very helpful and like to continue on and use all of that information and turn it into a productive and new town at council. The building of Friday Harbor Resort with a professional 18-hole golf course and marina is a great success, as well as the ensuring that the Big Bay Point 13th line was the choice location for our next fire hall, which is much needed and for all residents. I will continue as I go on to develop a solid plan to address the issues, traffic, definitely road safety, crowded beaches, etc., and the possibility of a boat launch for Big Bay Point and surrounding residents, and take the load up Innisfil Beach Park boat launch. I'm asking you to vote for me, Carolyn Payne, as Ward 6 councillor, as we continue to make Innisfil a better and stronger town.
My name is Rob Nickel, and I'm running for re-election as councillor of Ward 7 in the town of Innisfil to continue to provide some common sense direction on behalf of you at council. To think not long ago after the annexation from Barrie, there was actually some talk of renaming Innisfil to gain some respect. Really? But Innisfil has changed, and in 4 short years, we've encouraged innovation and outside-the-box thinking. We've changed the entire culture and structure of your local government. Innisfil is now recognized internationally, and we've won multiple awards for problem-solving initiatives such as Innisfil Uber and Idea Lab. Staff work for the taxpayer and strive to come up with even more innovative ideas to accommodate you, the ultimate customer. Maybe not everyone has pure intentions, but I do. I have a proven track record, and I'm known to dig into the issues to make informed decisions based on the facts. I have the personality to rally my fellow council members who struggle to make some of these tough decisions, and I always provide everyone with the truth regardless whether it is popular to do so or not, and I always will. At the town level of government, you do have the most control over those you elect. At no other level would somebody be able to walk down my driveway, speak to me directly about any issue, and get results. In Innisfil, these decisions also directly affect well over 36,000 residents, and not for just this term, but for decades to come. Rash or unfounded decisions will hurt all of us and impact us and our kids afterwards. So what kinds of things am I proud of that I've accomplished in my first 4 years? I fought for the Cookstown Community Safety Area, implementing a 40-kilometer-an-hour zone for the entire HCD. I successfully paused the Innisfil Heights servicing while calling for a viable business case. I rallied council for an enhanced boat launch and functional paved parking lot at the end of Highway 89. I lobbied for 4-way flashing stoplights at Shore Acres and the 20th Side Road, as well as 2-way stops at Guilford Road. I pushed for the Guilford Road beach restoration and was able to close that beach to motorized vehicles. I also led the charge not to partner with nor sell town assets when much greater returns will come in the long term. We do have some very tough decisions coming up with water, wastewater, and hydro needs that will require some creative funding to meet them. We will need the development community to fully invest in the infrastructure for their developments. We will also need to invest in power generation to realize the true financial benefits from the annexed lands. We all need strong, experienced individuals to make these decisions, and I truly am that person for you. I'm just getting started, so I hope you'll continue to put your trust in me and my dedication to all of our interests. After all, to me, it's about our common sense. Thank you.
One of the greatest rights we have in Canada is to have your say. In Ontario, this right is one of the pillars that ensures democracy in our local municipal and school board elections. It gives you the freedom of choice and a voice to your opinions in choosing the municipal and school board representatives in your community. If you are at least 18 years of age, a Canadian citizen, and a resident of or own property in Ontario, you can participate in your local municipal and school board elections this fall. One way to make this process more efficient is to verify that your name is on the preliminary list of electors used to prepare the voters list for Election Day. You can confirm or update your information conveniently at voterlookup.ca. The process is just 3 simple steps and should only take you a few minutes to complete. First, fill in your personal details. Next, select the options that best describe your situation. The system will confirm your elector status and/or prompt you for additional information if required. And finally, verify and save your information. It's as simple as that. So remember, have your say. Log on today.